Sweetheart, you are here now, and that is enough. You've taken the first gentle step into healing just by opening yourself to these words. There's no need to force anything. You don't have to push or prove or perform. Let yourself rest for a moment in this space of safety. Let your breath be soft, your shoulders loose. You are doing your best, and your best is more than enough for today. Sometimes the heart feels so full of pain that it aches even when we smile. And even then, we try to carry on, to keep things together. But deep inside, we know something needs tending. Something tender, something forgotten, something that longs to be loved and seen. That longing within you is not weakness. It is your soul's call for healing, a whisper saying, please take care of me now. You may have felt like your feelings were too much, or maybe you were told not to cry, not to feel, to be strong all the time. And in trying to be strong, the pain settled in the quiet corners of your being. But I want you to know, truly know, that your feelings are not a problem. Your emotions are not a burden. They are signals, messengers asking to be honored. And right now, in this moment, you are safe to begin honoring them. Healing begins not with answers, but with kindness, with a gentle breath in and a soft whisper that says, I'm here for you. That's all. Just like how a flower doesn't bloom when pulled, but when nurtured with warmth and space, you too will find your own way to bloom when kindness surrounds you. Now let's take a soft breath together. Inhale gently, and as you exhale, allow yourself to settle just a little more deeply. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to fix everything right now. You only need to be present with yourself. That presence is the beginning of change. Many people try to heal by running away from their pain, but pain doesn't disappear when we ignore it. It only settles deeper. The truth is, healing doesn't come from running away. It comes from walking toward yourself with compassion. When we say to ourselves, I'm willing to feel, I'm willing to see what hurts, we open the door to transformation. This moment right now is your invitation to trust. Trust that you are being guided. Trust that the wisdom within you knows what needs healing. And trust that you are strong enough, gentle enough, and wise enough to begin this journey from love. Let these words land gently. I am safe to heal. I am willing to feel. I trust myself to take one small step toward peace. Say that softly inside yourself. Repeat it with your breath. Let it become the song that soothes the quiet ache. You see, your healing does not need to look like anyone else's. It doesn't need to be quick, loud, or dramatic. True healing often looks like stillness. It sounds like silence. It feels like softness where there once was tension. It's found in the way you begin to speak to yourself with tenderness instead of blame. There is nothing wrong with you for needing healing. Nothing wrong with you for having wounds. In fact, your willingness to heal is proof of your strength. You are not broken. You are becoming. So as you sit here, or lie quietly, or walk with these words in your heart, know this. Your journey is sacred. Your tears are sacred. Your longing to feel whole again is sacred. Let yourself soften to that truth. And when you feel ready, just place your hand gently on your heart. Feel your own warmth. Feel your own life beating there. Let that be your reminder that you are alive, you are still growing, and you are still worthy of love, especially from yourself. With every small breath of self-kindness, you open a door to a new way of being. You begin to unlearn fear and relearn love. And slowly, sweetly, you start to remember who you really are beneath all the hurt. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes or your regrets. You are something far more precious, someone who is capable of great love, deep wisdom, and beautiful renewal. So we begin with kindness. We begin with breath. We begin with the soft truth. It is safe to heal now. And as we say yes to healing, life begins to meet us with grace. It always does. Now take another deep, loving breath. Let it fill you gently and let it remind you, this moment is yours. This healing is yours. And you, dear soul, are safe, whole, and deeply loved. Let's walk further together, hand in hand, heart to heart, step by step. Healing begins with a choice to be kind to ourselves, and that choice is available to you now, always. You're not alone in this. There is a light within you that never stopped glowing, and today it gets a little brighter. Let it shine. Let it guide you. Let it be your comfort. You are safe now. You are home. There comes a time when we begin to notice the stories we tell ourselves, the quiet thoughts running through the mind, the ones we've repeated so often that they feel like facts. Sometimes these thoughts are soft and kind, but often they sound more like doubt, guilt, or fear. And we don't even realize how much they shape how we feel, how we act, and how we love. Every belief we carry has a root, and many of those roots were planted long ago, before we even knew we were allowed to choose what we believe. Perhaps someone once told you that you weren't good enough, or that you had to earn love, or that your feelings didn't matter. Maybe those messages didn't come in words, but in silence, rejection, or absence. Still, they sank deep, becoming the soil in which other thoughts grew. But I want to tell you something very important. Just because a thought has lived in your mind for a long time doesn't mean it belongs there. You have the right to examine it. You have the right to question it. And most of all, you have the right to replace it with something that feels loving, true, and healing. Thoughts are like seeds. When you think something over and over, it takes root in the body, in the heart, in your everyday life. So if you've been feeding your mind with harsh or fearful thoughts, it's no wonder your heart feels tired. But there is hope, because just like weeds in a garden, unhelpful beliefs can be gently pulled out, and new, nourishing ones can be planted in their place. Let's take a small step right now. Breathe in slowly, and as you exhale, whisper softly, I am willing to see this differently. You don't need to figure it all out at once. You're simply opening a door. That's how healing works. It begins with willingness, a quiet, honest willingness to shift, to soften, to let light in. Sometimes we hold on to painful beliefs because they feel familiar. We think, if I let go of this story, who will I be? But you are not the stories you've told yourself. You are the light behind them. You are the one who gets to choose again right now. So I invite you to look at just one painful thought that visits you often. Maybe it says, I'm not worthy, or I always mess up, or nothing ever works out for me. Let that thought rise, not to judge it, but to see it clearly. Then ask yourself with love, is this really true? And even if it feels true, does it help me heal? So much of emotional pain is recycled hurt that comes from believing the same thoughts again and again. But when you begin to interrupt that pattern, even with one small thought like, I am open to love, you shift your energy. You begin to water the garden of your life with something kinder. This is the path of emotional clarity. Not rushing to fix yourself, but slowly uncovering the truth of who you are beneath all the noise. And the truth is, you are lovable, you are worthy, you are enough. Let's say this together, in your heart or aloud. I am willing to release the thoughts that no longer serve me. I choose new thoughts that bring me peace and light. It's okay if this feels strange at first. Your mind might resist. That's just habit. But with practice, new thoughts begin to feel like home, and your heart, once weighed down by old beliefs, starts to rise with lightness again. Now let's walk gently toward another beautiful part of your healing, the part that has been waiting for love for a very long time. There is a child within you, not just a memory, not just a part of the past, but a living feeling, a tender presence that carries every hope, every fear, every laugh, and every tear. That child within remembers everything that was once felt but never spoken, everything longed for but never received. And that child still hopes that you will finally turn toward them with open arms. We all carry this part inside, the younger version of us who didn't understand why love disappeared, why things hurt, why we had to be strong so early. And too often this child is ignored, pushed aside as we try to keep up with life's demands. But when we pause and truly listen, we begin to hear their quiet voice whispering, "Please don't forget me." Today, let's bring that child home, gently, tenderly, as if you are meeting them for the first time. Close your eyes for a moment if it feels safe. Place a hand over your heart and imagine a small presence, gentle, curious, open. You don't need to force an image. Just feel the sensation of warmth, of presence, and speak these words, whether aloud or in your heart. I see you. I'm here. I love you. That is enough. That simple acknowledgement begins to soften years of silence. You may feel emotion rise. That's okay. Tears are just truth flowing out. And truth is beautiful. If it feels hard to connect, be patient. This part of you may not be used to being seen, but with each kind word you speak inwardly, you build trust. You become the loving caretaker your inner child always needed. You don't need to relive every moment of pain. You don't need to understand everything. Just be present. Just bring softness to the places that once felt abandoned. Sometimes the inner child carries guilt for things that were never their fault, or shame for simply needing love. But your adult self now has the power to say, you never had to earn love. You always deserved it, and I am giving it to you now. Let this love ripple through your body. Let it rest in your chest. Let it move through your breath. You are rewriting the story, not with loud declarations, but with tender presence. Each time you place your hand on your heart and speak kindness to yourself, you are holding that child. You are saying, you're not alone anymore, and that is enough. Now breathe deeply again. Let your breath be an embrace. Let your inner child feel safe in your arms, and know from this moment on, you are walking this journey together with love, with care, with healing. As this love begins to flow more freely, you may notice a heaviness begin to lift. The armor you once wore, resentment, defensiveness, withdrawal, begins to soften, and that leads us to a sacred turning point, the place where we begin to release what we no longer need. Resentment feels like protection. Anger feels like power. But when held too long, these emotions become prisons. Forgiveness is the key that opens the door, not for others, but for yourself. Now, forgiveness does not mean pretending nothing happened. It does not mean excusing harm. It means saying, I will not let pain live in me anymore. I release this for my own peace. Think of it like a heavy bag you've been carrying. Maybe you forgot it was even there, but now you have the chance to set it down, gently, intentionally. You can say, this weight is not mine anymore. Let's practice that now. Close your eyes if you wish. Inhale softly. And as you exhale, whisper, I am willing to let go. That's all forgiveness asks of you. a willingness, not perfection, not forgetting, just a soft openness to free yourself from the pain that clings. Forgiveness is a gift you give to your heart. It says, I deserve peace more than I deserve to be right. I deserve freedom more than I deserve revenge. You may not feel ready to forgive everything, and that's okay. Start small. Start with what feels possible. Even saying, I am open to forgiving, plants a seed. This is not about rushing. This is about release. Because when you let go of blame and bitterness, you make space for light. You make space for clarity. You make space for yourself. Place your hand once more on your heart and speak this softly within. I am no longer carrying this pain. I release it. I choose peace instead. This peace is not outside of you. It's inside, waiting patiently. And every time you choose softness over struggle, every time you choose understanding over anger, you bring yourself closer to that peace. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is strength. It is the strength to say, I choose to live fully, freely, and in love. And that, my dear, is a miracle in itself. Peace is not something you must find far away. It does not come from the outside, nor does it wait for the perfect moment. Peace begins in the smallest places, in your breath, in your thoughts, in the way you speak to yourself when no one is listening. You are not too late. You are not too lost. You are right on time to choose peace today. There is great power in deciding to stop repeating the past in your mind. What happened before helps shape you, but it does not need to define you. The moment you say, I no longer wish to carry this pain, you are already walking a new path, and you don't have to do it perfectly. You only need to be present. You might be wondering, how do I choose peace when my heart is still aching? The answer is gently, softly, with kindness. Choosing peace does not mean pretending everything is fine. It means offering yourself comfort, even while you're still healing. It means saying to yourself, I may not be okay yet, but I am willing to treat myself with love. Let's take a quiet moment together. Place your hand on your chest again. Feel the rise and fall of your breath. And ask yourself this simple question. If I didn't hold on to this pain, what would I have room for? Maybe the answer is hope, or rest, or joy. Let whatever comes be welcome. When we choose peace, we don't lose anything important. We only lose the weight we were never meant to carry. And in its place, something beautiful begins to grow. A new softness, a new clarity, a new way of being that feels lighter, truer, more loving. You are not bound to the past. You are free to choose again. In this moment, you are choosing peace. Say it gently now. I choose peace. I choose presence. I choose to love myself through it all. Peace is not the end of the journey. It is the place from which all healing begins. And you, dear heart, are beginning to live from that peaceful place, one breath at a time. Now let us turn inward once more and listen, not just with the ears, but with the body. The body is a wise and faithful messenger. It remembers what the mind forgets. It speaks in sensation and feeling. And when we listen with kindness, the body begins to soften. So many of us carry tightness without realizing it. We clench the jaw, tighten the belly, raise the shoulders, not because we want to, but because the body has been guarding us for so long. It learned to protect. It learned to hold in what was never safe to feel. And now it longs for release. Let's bring gentle attention to the body. Slowly scan from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Where do you feel tension? Where do you feel heaviness? Wherever it is, send breath there. Let your breath be your healer. Let your breath be your comfort. You can speak to your body like you would a dear friend. Say softly, it's okay to let go now. You are safe. You are loved. and feel the shifts happen. Sometimes they are subtle, but they are real. The body stores what the heart cannot express. But when you bring awareness to it, when you meet it with love, the body begins to release old grief, old fear, old stories. It doesn't need to hold on anymore. There is no rush. You can take your time. Maybe today you soften your shoulders. Maybe tomorrow your belly feels safe to unclench. Every small opening is a victory. Every gentle breath is an act of healing. And just as the body responds to tension, it also responds to kindness. So I invite you to bring moments of calm into your day. A warm bath, a walk under the sky, placing your hand over your heart and simply breathing. These are not small things. These are sacred acts of self-love. You might even try placing one hand on your heart and one on your belly and whisper, "My body is a safe and healing place for me." Say it as often as you like. Let the body hear it, feel it, trust it. You are creating a new relationship with your body, one built on respect, gentleness, and trust. And with each new loving thought, your body begins to believe it is safe to rest, to heal, to be. As this softness deepens, so too does your connection to clarity. Not the kind of clarity that comes from the mind racing for answers, but the kind that rises from stillness. Divine clarity does not shout. It whispers. It comes when the heart is open and the noise has quieted. Clarity is not something we force. It is something we allow. And it flows naturally when we've made peace with our emotions, our thoughts, and our body. That is why you are beginning to feel more clear already, because you are no longer fighting yourself. You are listening. When you trust your inner knowing, you begin to walk with ease. You start to notice signs, feel nudges, experience moments of deep calm that seem to come from nowhere. But it's not nowhere. It's from your own soul, your own connection to something greater. You don't have to know every step. You only need to take the next loving one. The path will reveal itself. The light will grow brighter, and you will know, without a doubt, that you are being guided. Let's invite this clarity with a simple intention. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and say inwardly, "I open my heart to divine clarity. I trust the wisdom within me." Now rest in that. Let the energy of those words fill your being. You are remembering what it feels like to trust yourself, to feel supported, to know that you are not alone. Clarity is your birthright. It belongs to you. And when you lead with love, it always finds its way in. You don't have to rush to change everything at once. Healing is not about grand gestures. It is about showing up for yourself in small, consistent, loving ways. A kind word, a breath, a pause. These little choices lead to big miracles. You are not failing if you're still learning. You are growing. You are unfolding. You are becoming who you've always been, beneath the layers of fear and doubt. Let your practices be simple. Speak gently to yourself in the mirror each morning. "I love you. I support you. I am with you." Before bed, list a few things you are grateful for, not because life is perfect, but because you are choosing to see the beauty that still exists. And when things feel heavy again, and they might, place your hand on your heart and remind yourself, this too is part of my healing. There is no done when it comes to loving yourself. There is only deepening. And every time you choose a loving thought, every time you soften where you once hardened, you are saying yes to your own becoming. And now, my dear, we come to this moment, the space where it all comes together, where your heart, your mind, your body, and your spirit begin to move as one. You are whole. You always have been. You may have forgotten at times. You may have doubted, But beneath the layers of pain and confusion, your light has never dimmed. You are safe to love yourself now, safe to forgive, safe to release, safe to rest, safe to trust. You are safe to rise. No one can take this healing away from you. It lives inside of you now. It moves with your breath. It shines through your voice. It rests in your bones. And as you move forward from this space, carry this truth with you. I am healing. I am guided. I am free. Let those words become your anchor. Let them return to you when things feel uncertain. Let them be your new truth. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are blossoming softly, sweetly, fully, in your own time, in your own way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being willing. Thank you for choosing love. May you continue to walk in light. May you continue to choose peace. And may you always, always know how deeply loved you are. And so it is.